Hey everybody, today I'm going to do a video review of this knife here. This is the BuckNBear Black Chopper. Very cool looking Damascus Skinner blade. Check that out, really pretty, nice to look at. And on the website it says it's 256 layers of Damascus 1095 and 1.5 N20 steel, with a raindrop Damascus pattern on there. So let's check it out. Let's just check some of the specs out here before we get into this. We have 3.5 inches of this blade here. It's got some really cool carving in on the spine there. Can you see that? I don't know. I'm trying a new camera out. A buddy of mine, actually the same guy, lent me his camera to see if I'd like it, and this kind of camera, so getting away from the telephone camera, and I'm going to see if this will work. So bear with me a little bit. Alright, let's check out the handle here. We have, what do we have here? Is that on camera? Yeah, it is. 1, 2, 3, almost 4 inches of this micarta plus this bolster here. And you got brass pins in there just to make it look pretty. And my card is very smooth, feels good, and actually it feels really good in the hand. It doesn't have any place for a lanyard or anything, which I don't like, but you can tell it fits my hand nicely, and I have big chunky hands, and this is not a problem. So the knife fits good in my hand, and the blade is super cool looking. The one thing I have an issue with, let's check the rest of it out. It's all the way full tang. It's got the bolster. It's got their cool logo on there. I do like the logo like that. Look at that. Isn't that a cool logo? I love logos. And the one issue I have is a little bit heavy for a knife this size. Let me show you how heavy this knife is. On their website it says it's lightweight, but not so much. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just looking at this wrong, but check this out. Alright, so you're looking at 8.9 ounces, basically. Oh, let me check for my European friends, I'm sorry. 253 grams. That's pretty hefty for a 3.5 inch blade. That's what I'm saying. Now, I know it's a fixed blade, you got all that metal in the full tank, so I'm not totally ignorant. However, check this out. I just picked this knife up. This is the Tops Frog Market XL. Now I know it's a different concept for a blade, but if you're just looking at skinning and whatnot and not looking at chopping, this knife is 271 grams, so it's a little more grams, and 9.6 ounces, right? 9.56 ounces. So you're looking at about 0.6 more ounces. And you get 4 inches more blade. It's lighter and it just feels more useful, and it comes with a sheath and everything, so it's not something you can take with you the same as this. Now granted, the size is different and you're not going to use this one for skinning, but as far as the skinner goes, I don't know if something like this is going to be useful for skinning. I'm not sure. I don't skin a lot, so you have to tell me that down there. Is this the kind of knife you would take to be a skinner? Now I was telling John, the guy that lent this to me, that this seems like, now look, this is a cool sheath here, really nice leather sheath this slips into, but see, it's just, oh, it doesn't really keep it in place that well, so I'm not sure how woodsy or whatever. This reminds me of a knife, and I told John the same thing. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but this is the kind of knife, and it's not a mean thing to say, that somebody that likes knives but's not really into using them would have. Just a really pretty, cool knife you could bring out, maybe show your knife to your friend's day or something like that. Or something you would carry, I don't know, on a pseudo type of trip where you wanted to impress somebody with your cool looking knife. Because it is cool looking, it's a very beautiful knife. However, it just reminds me of something I would give to my dad for Christmas. He's kind of into hunting and whatnot, and the older he gets, the less hunting he does. But this is kind of something he would put in a display case or something like that, one of his hunter display cases. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is something I bought for him about 18, 19 years ago. See, now this is just a big monster, shiny, cool looking knife that you would take out. But I can't think of a situation that he was actually going to use this in. That's a cool knife now that I look at it. I like that choil there. This was a handmade knife from a small town guy that has passed away since, but he made these handmade knives for his family, and sometimes he sold them to people just to kind of fund his hobby. And so it's just kind of pretty and shiny and got that buffalo horn on there. And that's what this reminds me of. This reminds me of something I would give to my dad for Christmas or his birthday or Father's Day. I don't know how much you should get out of this. Now, if I might be totally wrong. I'm not a huge hunter. I don't know a whole lot about this kind of stuff. So if I'm wrong, just let me know. I'm not against knowing things or learning things. Is this the kind of blade you would use as a skinner? Is it too thick without the length? I'm not sure. Are you wanting a little bit longer than a 3.5 inch blade on your skinner? But I mean, look how wide it is. What is that? It's an 1.5 inches wide, over 1.5 inches wide at its base there. Is that 1.5 inches? Let me check over here where I can pay attention. Yeah, about 1.5 inches wide. And I don't know. I don't know how much that Damascus steel is going to hold up to the rigors of skinning big animals, or and you're not going to use this to skin a squirrel or anything. That's kind of humongous. So I'll tell you what I like. I like the way it feels in my hand. I like how beautiful the blade is and that Damascus pattern there. And of course it came sharp, so he always sends the knives really sharp. It's very pretty. My micarta with this bolster is nice. The brass pins, I like all of that. I just don't know what I would use this for. I wouldn't use it as a kitchen knife, just because this little area here always messes me up with kitchen, to use for kitchen knife. You could use it as a field type kitchen knife, I guess. But then again, with this guy living out there, and then they make one that's, a little bit smaller, so it's about like this. So why would you use that, something like that, if you're going to use it for a kitchen knife? I'm just saying there are other options. Now this is going to cost you $80. Is that something you are into for $80? Here's the deal. For $80, it seems like there are other options out there for skinning knives. If you're looking at something for $80 as a sort of ornamental, hey, here's a cool looking present knife, yeah, this is definitely up your alley. That's what I would look at this for. I don't know about EDC. I mean, you could put it in your sheath for EDC, but the sheath isn't super secure. So if you're in the woods, this is going out. I mean, any kind of stomping you're going to do in the woods, this is just barely bump and just gone. So it's not going to be carryable on that kind of mission or anything like that. It doesn't have the strap. You could use it as a camp kitchen knife, like I said, but there are other options. $80. It's pretty. I don't know how useful it is. It's sharp, but I don't know what you'd use that sharpness for on a regular basis to the point where you'd pay that much money for it. I hate being negative. Again, like I said, it's pretty. It's something I would definitely give to my dad, and he would appreciate. But if you're looking for something that's useful, I'm not entirely certain how useful this is. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. I'm not infallible. I don't know everything about hunting. I don't know anything about stabbing gorillas. This might be it. This might be the one. This might be perfect for going crocodile hunting, but I don't know for sure. Let me know. Just showing you what's on here. I'll like here, subscribe here. Let me know what you think down there. There are different options. Get over to Facebook, and I will talk to y'all later.